Hi everyone, it's Anne from Curious Moon Design. Stay with me today while I show you how I've built up these lovely pages. Now it's late in the afternoon. I'm not sure the light's going to be quite right, but you have to pick up when creativity finds you, don't you? I just had an urge to come do some painting, so I'm going to do some more work on this page. If you've been following me, you'll know that I've been working in this journal. And it's all recycled papers and bits and bobs I have in my stash. So I want to put a bit of colour wash on this one. So I'll put those away. And I think I'll work on both sides of this. So I've got a bit of white paint and just some fabric. I'm going to put some splodges on here and there. Just to give it a little extra base. I'm going to need more paint. So I'll carry on with that until I'm happy with the white, and I'll come back. I've got a nice white base on there. I did it a couple of times. I'm just going to try just dropping a little bit of ink. So I've just got a plastic spoon for this. I'm just going to move that around a bit. Just want a little bit more on there. Okay, well, we'll let that dry. Then I'm going to add some brown on top. Okay, well, that's pretty much dry. So I've just got some palette paints and I've popped a lot of water on there, and I'm just going to pour it on there, really. I want to run it before it dries. And I'm just aiming for the look of that something's been spilt on there. Okay, well, I'll let that dry, and then I'm going to add something to there. I'm also going to do a little bit of stitching. I'll do that off camera, and that will just add some texture to the piece. Okay, well, I've done the stitching along here and here. I've done it on the machine and the cross stitch. That looks rather good. And I put orange on this one because I thought it would go with the orange on the collage on that side. Now, I've messed about a bit with the feathers on the pigeon, and I don't like what I've done, so I'm going to cover that up. It was a bit pale and you couldn't really see the detail of it, so I thought if I put an outline around it, it might stand out, but I don't like that. It's already stuck behind this, so I can't remove it. So I've looked out some things that I think will add to the collage. I made these some time ago. There are little paperclip collages, little mini makes, which I think are beautiful, and I've had them in my drawer for a while, wondering where to place them, so I'm going to put them on here. I'll link the video below where I showed you how I made them, but I thought this would go quite nicely there, covering up that nicely. I've also cut out a butterfly that I had in my stash, and because it's got pink on there, I think that would go, and in the flowers here, I thought that would go quite nicely there. I'm only going to have half of it on, about like that, and there's orange on here as well, so I think it all mixes in quite well. And I've got my own, which I'm going to give as a freebie in a few weeks' time, some numbering and some words, and I've just cut this one out, and I think I'm going to have this just butting up against those stitches and underneath there. And the colours again complement each other. So I hope you think that looks alright. I'm going to stick those down, and then I'm going to place them under a book so that they stick nicely. I'll just move those a minute, put them to one side. Then on this side I got another one of my paperclip mini masterpieces, and I'm going to have that on there, maybe pushed right down. I've done some stitching here, and I've got another butterfly that I'm going to have just here. So again, I think that'll look very nice. So I'll stick those down, and then just to complete this envelope, I wanted something on this page, and where I was using my brayer, I had this piece of scrap paper just to get rid of the paint, and it was a little bit of a wallpaper sample, and it's got some wording on there, stitch, smoke, repeat, and I quite like that, so I'm going to use that on here. And because there's orange on here, a friend of mine wrote this letter to me, and I'm going to have that as the background. So I'll cut, I don't know whether you can see that, I'll cut this off about here and just frame it with the orange paper on there, and then I'll stick it all down and come and show you. There we are, I've fitted it into the journal, and it's looking rather lovely, I think. Never finished, because I'll come back in another couple of weeks and add something else, I'm sure. But I've added all these bits to this page, and I think they complement each other. I love these little bits of wool that have got orange in and black. And then on this side, got that one that's complete. This one I've added got little flecks of orange and pink in there, and I turned the wording this way so it's not hidden by the paper clip, and I think that goes nicely with this. And then on that side I finished off by adding another letter, and I think I've left the threads here as well. So that's my mixed media project completed, and in the middle of that page I have these pages, so it's split up a little bit. So we've got lots more pages to do, so lots more ideas. But we'll leave it there, and I'll see you again next time. And if you like watching these little projects, then please press the subscribe button and the like button. It all helps the channel, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now, everyone.